You've probably heard the phrase content is king at some point in your academy owning life. And it's very true. Consistent, high quality content can be a game changer for the growth and the long-term success of your school. However, it can also feel incredibly overwhelming. There are so many different channels to cover, from email to social media. You have to do long form, short form, video, text. It can just seem like a monumental daily task to do that. But what if there is a different way? What if there's a way where all you need to do is record one video and you can use that to create an entire week's worth of content, potentially even more? I want to share that with you now. Before I get into it, just in case you don't know who I am, my name is Tom Barlow, and along with my wife, Chelsea Lee, we run Escapology BJJ in Cambridge. We are one of the most successful schools in the area. Within a year of opening, we're up to 150 students, and we've blasted past that now. A big part of that is because we understand how to grow our school and attract new members. So one of the areas that most academies get wrong is the way that they create content. I was in fact talking to a school owner the other day. He had quite a large following. There's like over 10,000 people on his Instagram, but it was solely geared towards people who are already doing jiu-jitsu. You've probably seen the videos where they're like, 8 different ways to get a heel hook from the honey hole, or 19 different arm bars from K-guard, whatever it is. That's fantastic if you're talking to people that already do jiu-jitsu. It's cool content. And, to a certain extent, having 10,000 followers gives you some authority in the space. But it is not what new people are looking for when they come to your school. And that's where you have to kind of change your mindset. Your goal for any of this kind of stuff is to appeal to new beginner students. That's the majority of people that are going to help you grow your school. It's not the people that have been training for years. For sure, you'll get some of those come through, but really it's those new beginners that keep you growing, keep you flowing, and ultimately you're going to make or break your academy. So rather than think about it from what do I want to know as someone who's in jiu-jitsu, you have to think about it of what would someone who's about to start jiu-jitsu be looking for. So there's a lot of typical answers or typical things that people look for when they start out. For example, they might be looking at improved fitness or self-defense, healthier lifestyle, become part of a fun activity. They might just want to be part of a community. Maybe they're looking for a new hobby. Whatever it is, those are the things that you want to be appealing to, and using your social media and your content to make them feel like you are the best place for them to get this, okay? That you are going to be able to help them achieve their goals, whatever it is they're looking for. And it'll really depend on your area, but typically those are some of the big things. One of the things that you can do is survey your current students to find out why they joined, what their goals are, and it will give you a better idea about your demographics, okay? So that's the mindset that you want to have while you're like kind of growing your school, trying to develop your school. Think about it from a beginner's perspective rather than like from a person who does jiu-jitsu, how cool jiu-jitsu is. Because jiu-jitsu is cool, but at the same time, that's not really who we're appealing to either. So what I said is this all starts with one video, okay? And this, I've been using this process for, probably the best part of 12 years now. And it works great, very consistent, very easy to do, massive amounts of time-saving potential when you get in there. And like I said, it all starts with one video. I'm going to share this image with you. It's taken from a course we created a little while ago, but it breaks down the process, okay? And we'll talk about it a little bit further, go a little bit more in depth into it. But the first thing that you need to do is create a short video, okay? That video can be on any topic that, as we discussed before, someone who's looking to try your classes might be interested in. Don't worry, I'll give you an example of this in a little bit, one that we promoted or created recently, and I'll show you kind of how you can go about doing it as well. So you've got to create a video, and then obviously you upload it to your social media, Facebook, okay, Instagram, all those kind of different things. That alone can be like 4 or 5 different types of content. Imagine you upload to YouTube one day, you up to Facebook the next, you upload to Instagram the next, you upload to Twitter, put it on your LinkedIn, you could even upload it to your Google Places page. These are all different places that you can upload that. You could even automate that with a piece of software. Not necessarily the best idea to do it through like automation stuff, but if you're really time strapped, you could definitely do that. The next thing that you want to do is you want to start to post a link to your video on your social media. So that might seem a little bit redundant, the fact that you've put the video up there as well. But if you think about the way that people use the algorithm, or the algorithm works in most social media stuff, is like if you don't post continually and they're not there when you see it, it probably gets lost in the feed. So to go, you can just put up a post that will say something like, hey, check out our latest video. You can go check it over at YouTube here, or our blog, or whatever it is, or on our Instagram, or you could just literally link back to the video. Just wanted to make sure you see this, some kind of post in there. Then what you can do is you can create an article out of that video and put it up on your website. So you just expand on the talking points. You could even just use the transcript and edit it down a little bit if you didn't want to do that. Then what you do is you take that article and you repost it on your social media channels. What you then do after that is you can then email your list with a short description and a link to check out that article. You could even post them to the YouTube video as well, and we'll talk about that in a second. So within that, you have probably created, I would say, easily 10 different pieces of content that you could share across the week, all from that one video. And I'll talk about this and show you how to do this in a second. That's the basic process. And you could do it probably in an hour or two. Okay, the last one that I did, I think it took me quite a few takes to actually end up recording the video, because I was kept messing up the intro and kept fluffing up the intro. 3-minute video, probably took me, I think, about 10 minutes to record the video in total. The editing, it took probably another 20 minutes because I wanted it to look professional. And then, the writing of the email, writing of the content was probably another, at the most, an hour. And then it was just a matter of sharing it in different places. So that one video you've turned into tons of different pieces of content. In fact, we'll jump over to my channels, my media channels, and we'll take a look at it now. This is what the video looks like, right? It's I'm not going to play it through. I'll share a link in the description, but you can check it out. It's just a little video of me. I've included some. I've kind of overlaid some videos of the kids doing what we're talking about in the video, and it's just all about effort. Okay, the video itself talks about why effort's important, how it can help a child, because that's who I'm kind of talking to. It's about kids classes. I'm talking to the parent, the benefits of our classes. You've got this description in the bottom. Then we have a link to our free trial. Okay, that is the whole video. It's up on, this is the article that I created. So I probably should show you this one first. Pretty much exactly the same thing over on our Facebook. You can see the video here. The same on our Instagram, pretty much the same thing here. I just uploaded them in a different format. This is a format that we use, which if I play it, yeah, it sounds off. If I play it, you can see it looks a little bit different. Okay, that's because we want to target different, when I change the look of this and the feel of it, it feels like a new piece of content. So even if someone's seen it on a different channel, they might be more inclined to rewatch it again. Okay, and by using this 9:16 layout, I can use it in a lot of different places too. And then we've got this article, which links back to the YouTube video, so they can click on that. And again, we've got the call to action at the bottom. That's what it looks like on our channel. Okay, on the back of that, we also have some emails that I've used, that I've sent it out to. So I've sent it out to our students. I've just created an email around the topic. I've pulled in some additional information, and then I've redirected them to look at it. I actually redirected them to this YouTube channel, which is very important. The reason I did this is because over here, so there's two things. Firstly, I want people to consume the content. I want people to get to know who we are, how we are, how we're going to be able to help them. One of the best ways to do that is through video. So if I can get them to watch lots and lots of video, that's going to build the trust with them, and hopefully they jump over to the next step. So you can see within this column on the right side, you've got to look inside our BJJ classes. So maybe they want to take it a little further. That's like an 18-minute video. It's just a highlight of a class and what they're doing. We have look inside of our academy. This is a tour of our academy we posted recently. This is a promotion of one of our students. This is me talking about how much a gi will shrink. This is also me over here as well. This is a look inside of our adults classes. This is another one of our videos. And you can see there's lots of content on here from us that they could potentially consume. At the end of the video on here as well, you can also see that there's different links. This is our free trial thing up here that pops up. So if they've enjoyed the video, hopefully they take that next step and connect to a free trial, which is really, really important. So that's kind of how the ecosystem works. Now, there are a couple of other things that we can do with this content as well, if you wanted to take it a step further. Like I said, that's probably, at least 10 different pieces of content that you've already got. But what you could potentially do the following week is break that up into bite-sized pieces of content. So you can take out key little phrases from your video and make them 10 to 12 second little short reels that people can consume. Could be something like, there's a little fact that I found. If you prepare your videos really well, you'll find out all these like really interesting facts. There was a study that showed that effort and what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word that it'll come to me, but effort essentially, and that thing, self-discipline, that's the one, self-discipline, matter more than IQ when it comes to grading results for schools. That's a really big thing, and a lot of parents wouldn't know that. They would assume that, you know, IQ is a very important thing that you've got to have. Your intelligence is going to be the thing that dictates how successful you are. Turns out it's not, and there's studies that show that. So you can include little snippets like that. So, you know, did you know that effort and, I've forgotten the word again, self-discipline are more important than how intelligent you are in academic success? Really cool thing to learn, because we control the amount of effort that we put into it, and we can show your child how to put effort into whatever they're doing. That's the link that you want to make. The other thing that you can do, and this is something we're doing with that video at the moment, is you can convert that, either the article, or you can take the key theme of that and convert it into like a little ebook or report. So you could do a brief introduction about why effort's important that you've already written because it's in the article. Then you could do 5 ways to encourage or to develop effort in your child, the biggest mistake parents make when to do with effort in your child. Then a conclusion, then some further reading. Boom, you have a whole entire article that you could then share out with, you know, potential parents that are looking for your classes. You can then also turn that into an awareness campaign. So what you could do is, if that video that you've put out gets traction, people start commenting on it, messaging you, get interactions within it, then what you can do is create an awareness campaign. So you boost it out to your local audience so that people start to connect with it and they start to see it more, they know you are, and that key thing of knowing, liking, and trusting becomes really important. And when you've been doing this for a period of time, let's say 6 months or even better, a year, you're going to end up with like 52 pieces of content. You don't need to really make any more after that. You can just repurpose or repost the ones that you've used in the past. Like, people won't remember, and that's okay. Remember, the algorithm, the way that it works at the moment is, unless you see something pretty much straight away, you're probably not going to see it. Okay, so reposting stuff is absolutely fine. Very few people are going to track back through your socials to see when you last posted this piece of content a year ago. That's just not what people do. Okay, so that's reposting. Now, one really cool pro tip, if you really want to like amplify this, is you can start you want to respond to every comment below that post. Okay, the way that engagement on social media works is, if people are engaging, you're responding, it gets more eyeballs on it. Okay, and it looks better as well. If people see a video with no comments, they're less likely to feel it's important to watch than a video with like 50 comments. Okay, so it's a way that you can really boost the engagement on that as well. So this is like a really simple idea that literally no one in the martial arts world is doing. Certainly no one in the jiu-jitsu world is doing, because they think more about like, I want to show you how cool jiu-jitsu is versus talking to that person who's looking at starting classes. Okay, and all you need to do is come up with ideas. And often what can happen is, when you create that initial video, you can pull additional ideas from it. Okay, so you can start pulling other ideas. Like the next one that I'm going to write is about extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, directly linked to the previous video, but I can talk about how we try to use that within our classes and why developing intrinsic motivation is more important than extrinsic motivation. So it's really a cool little thing that you can start to do, and you just keep pulling on these threads, developing more ideas, and growing your content. And like I said, the end of the year, you're going to have so much out there that it's really going to like boost the impact of your academy, and people will be able to consume all that content, and you can, you know, just reap the benefits. Essentially, you can kind of almost sit back on your laurels and do not have to do as much work. And it's those kind of time-saving things that are critical for busy instructors. You know, you need ways that you can do like 2 hours of work and basically use it forever. That's what this can allow you to do. So, like I said, you use this for a month or a couple of months probably, you're going to start to get a lot more potential people in there. Plus, you can use all of this info. If you get someone who's really struggling with effort, send them this video and talk to them about how you're creating effort. Send them that report. It adds additional resources, again, there's a word that I'm forgetting, assets that you can use in different ways in your school. As always, thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this useful. If you've got any questions, then please hit me up, tom@escapologybjj.com. If you need further information, like I said, just hit me up. And if you've got any questions, hit me up as well. I think I've already said that. Other than that, have an awesome day, and I will talk to you soon.